Colin, can you tell throughout the football team and what you've seen so far just a different feel because it's KU this week?
Really, I think we've been a pretty consistent group. I know, not too much. I think we're just trying to, prepare as best we can for this opponent. I mean, it's obviously KU in a big game with a lot on the line. But I mean, for all of us that come to realize the importance of the in-state rival kind of a thing. But at the same time, we're just trying to, and I think we have really developed a consistent mentality of just trying to prepare as just like any other game.
With you being from Colorado, how have some of the guys on the team who are from the state of Kansas, how have they explained this rivalry to you? How do they characterize it, the kids who are from there?
Well, I mean, there's definitely, a level of importance. I know, I guess I've been around here long enough too that, I feel like I understand it. You don't really have to explain it to me really anymore. I kind of feel it. I know, it's really special. I know, being from Colorado, it's a little different than, than here. There's a lot of, mixed loyalties in Colorado, especially. There's just a lot more teams, a lot of stuff going on in that Front Range area with professional teams and stuff like that. And, here in Kansas, it's a little different. You're either K-State fan, KU fan, and everybody likes the Chiefs, so there's really not much. There's really not much. You're one or the other. There's no so it's pretty special, and it's good to be a part of.
Colin, you guys have played in Lawrence the past 2 years. Are you finally, excited to bring them here and play on your field?
Yeah, that's right. I guess just with the way it's worked out, we have played there 2 years in a row, and it'll be good to be back home.
And I don't know if you noticed this, being on the sideline and whatnot during when the kick return team's on the field. But last year, Tyler Lockett took one back in Lawrence for a touchdown. And I believe you guys, as of last week, were 7th in the nation in kick return yardage. What's it? Just talk about the importance of, starting from maybe midfield as opposed to your own 25.
It's a huge difference. I know, all of our special teams have done a great job of keeping us in good field position, out of bad field position, getting some big plays for us that create some momentum. And like you said, not only the starting position is different, but just the momentum gained by, a big return and the energy and then going out onto the field. So, it's something we want to be very solid at in special teams, regardless of what unit's out there, whether it's, kicking the ball off and trying to pin them deep, whether it's, punt return, kick return, like you said, getting us in better field position, or, whatever it is, it's very important. Those yards are maybe not in the forefront of the game, but they're very important.
And Colin, you were here when Bill came back. How long did it take you after that to realize that he put a whole lot of emphasis on this game?
It didn't take long. It's an important game. You have to live with it for a whole year, and you either have a Governor's Cup, whatever, in your trophy case for a year, or you don't. So it's good to have it.
Colin, you haven't touched the field in almost 2 weeks. How anxious are you and the other guys to get back on the field, especially play your in-state rivalry KU?
We're very excited. It'll be good. I feel like we've had so far, and we just have to finish the week of preparation the best we possibly can. But it's always good to get out there and prove it on Saturday.
Colin, the defensive footprint has been laid collectively on KU for a number of years by K-State. You saw that last 2 years combined here. But the defense holding Oklahoma to its third fewest points under Bob Stoops. How much immediate hunger do you see within the guys on defense coming off such a performance like that?
I know. You're right. They have played very well. But Coach, again, coming from Coach right from the top, he always wants us to get better. And I know. I think we're trying to accept and strive for that more than ever. Even just after you have a good performance, it's like, well, we still gotta get better, and there's still things that I think we all see that we can improve on, and it's just a matter of trying to make that happen and get it done and go from there. So I think we're all just trying to get ourselves better in as many possible ways as we can. And but you're right, they have played extremely well.
Collin, I know your favorite receiver is the open one, but I'm getting good. But one player that's been a little bit quiet so far has been Chris Harper. What are you seeing on film? Is he getting double coverage? Or are you seeing something? And would you like to implement him a little bit more in this offense?
Oh, I think I mean it kind of just sometimes ebbs and flows. I mean it's for all of us, you know. But I think all of us are just bought in and into whatever we have to do to be successful, and you know, sometimes things just play out a certain way, and again, we're all working hard for that goal, and whoever needs to get the ball at that time to make a play for the team, then you know, I know we're all bought into that. So we'll see. I think you know, I think on offense, I don't think any of us have played our best game yet. You know, I mean, we've had some good performances, but you know, we're just working at it. We'll see.
Do you see him in double coverage more that, you know, allows other receivers to get open?
I think some of that, you know, may be present. I know teams know where he's at. There's no doubt about that. But again, like I said, sometimes things just happen in a way to where, you know, one guy will be open or get the ball when, you know, it just happens that way. You know, it is what it is. So, but like I said, we're just all plugging away and doing whatever we got to do to win. So.
Collin, this team has 8 penalties through 4 games. And an average of 2 per game is a pretty shocking number. What is it about this group that is kind of added up to that?
Well, that's 2 per game too many. I mean, it's a level of discipline. It's a level of focus that you know, has to permeate everybody. I mean, anybody can bust it at any point in time to you know, create a penalty, 5 yards, whatever the, you know, offense would be. But I know it's. I mean, it's just a lot of little things, and you know, focus on the little things. I know up front, Coach Dickey really pushes hard on, you know, false starts, things of that nature, to where if they do it in practice, there's, you know, pretty, you know, big consequences for that. I know it's harder for me to jump off sides or something, you know, or false start, something like that, but you know, we'll have a holding penalty. But I mean, there's just a high level of focus and discipline that, you know, we try to you know, execute and play with, and it's just about trying to keep it up and be consistent with it.
Collin, just looking at tape of KU, what do you see from their defense that you think that they really do well and could cause you some problems?
Well, I think I think at any level they can create problems with us if we don't take care of our business. I know, you know, just like I say every week, but I mean, it's going to take. I mean, we're going to have to take care of the ball. You know, and across the board, and we need to finish drives. I know we can make a close game really quick if you don't do that, and it's like, I feel like I say it all the time, but I mean, we're going to stay on blocks. We have to, you know, be very fundamentally sound. I mean, everything, it seems like. I mean, just any team will beat you in any facet if you're not prepared and ready to go. So we'll do the best we can to make sure that doesn't happen.
Collin, you guys for these first 4 games have converted on 7 of 9 third down opportunities in the 4th quarters. Just what is it about what Coach Snyder imparts to you guys that allows everyone to execute at that kind of level late in the game when everybody's tired, when everything really comes down to that play?
I think it's his emphasis of toughness and finishing. I know you know, we do certain drills and things in practice that help emphasize that. Some of those are not fun, you know, we really don't enjoy, but I mean, it does pay off to be able to focus and lock in when you know, when the pressure is at its, you know, highest point, and well, that's when the game's on the line in the fourth quarter. So, but that takes a collective effort. I mean, you know, credit all. I mean, there's a lot of guys that have made huge plays in the fourth quarter when it's mattered most for us. And but it's one of those things where we just got to focus on playing and making plays, and hopefully we're consistent through that the whole game, and fourth quarter being no different. So we're just trying to be the best we can be and have fun doing it. So.
Hey, Collin, Coach mentioned a little bit about consistency in practice. You guys were lacking that a little bit, at least that's what he said. Your thoughts on practice? I know you probably already touched on this before, but just your thoughts on practice last week and then going into this week for KU.
I'm maybe clarify, was he talking in reference to last week or?
Yeah, last week.
Oh, I think, I mean, that's part of, you know, our model is just there's always going to be better out there. I mean, and I definitely think that's rubbed off on all of us from the standpoint of, you know, I think we did a lot of good things last week. I think there were, I think the intensity, you know, was pretty good, especially for, you know, not having that game and for, you know, hanging in there through a longer stretch of practices in between games than you would normally have in the season. But you're right. I mean, I would agree with him also that, you know, there was still, you know, we had areas of improvement. But like I said, as a leader and things like that, I need to be aware of those dynamics and address them when, you know, I feel like it's necessary, or if there's a time where it's needed. But you know, I'm also a player at the standpoint where, you know, we just got to go play, and you know, he gets that's in his pay grade to evaluate and make those judgments. I'm just on the ground trying to do my thing. So.
Secondly, their KU secondary's improved this season. Their whole defense has improved. Your thoughts on just what you've seen overall about them and places that they can be dangerous?
I mean, there's definitely an energy about them, and they play very hard, fly around to the football. So again, like I said earlier, we're just going to need to make sure we execute it at a high level and go from there.
Calling a two-part question here. Last time you guys played KU here in 2009.